Eagles and NFL, NFC East. We'll have a lot of focus on that throughout the offseason. We've got plenty to do. And let's bring Jeff in now on the Boardwalk Honda Hotline as the Eagles today have made a signing that is an interesting one. They brought in veteran quarterback, a young veteran quarterback, Nick Mullens, and we had it last week during Football at 4. Adam Kaplan said on the air here that that would be the guy they were going to target because of his background in the West Coast. So interesting signing here, Jeff Kerr, is they bring in Nick Mullens to be the number 3 guy, a guy who has started 16 NFL games.
Best quarterback on the market. I don't know what else you could say, Mike. I love this signing. I actually think he can compete to be a QB too.
That's interesting. So you think that he could possibly knock Joe Flacco to the number 3 spot? Or you're just saying he has the talent of a QB2?
I think he has the talent of a QB2. This was an interesting stat I dug up today. Nick Mullens actually has the second most passing yards through his first 16 career starts since 1950. Only Patrick Mahomes is higher. I thought that was very interesting. I knew he threw for a lot of yards.
Only you would find that.
You know what? It's one of those weird stats. I dug it up. I knew he threw for a lot of yards, and I think he had like the most passing yards for his first 12 starts, so I had to look it up. I didn't know this too, Mike. Apparently, he tied Joe Montana's franchise record for most 220-plus yard passing games in his first 9 starts. 9.
So what's the messaging here? You're bringing in a guy who has starting experience. You've got Jalen Hurts. You've got Joe Flacco. Why not bring a rookie free agent in and try to develop that guy? Why is Nick Mullens the right guy?
A significant upgrade over Jamie Newman, that's for sure. I think the Eagles did their due diligence with Nick Mullens. They had to find out about the elbow injury. I remember earlier this offseason, they thought it might have been Tommy John, or he might have needed Tommy John surgery. Obviously, that cleared out. So I think the Eagles said, you know what, this guy's healthy. He wasn't going to be ready for minicamp anyway. So I just think the Eagles said, you know what, let's bring him in. Let's have some more competition. We'll have a QB factory again, although it does look like
don't start that.
Yeah, although it does look like the Eagles have 3 solid quarterbacks on their roster.
Yeah, one of the interesting things for me, Jeff, is, you have a lot of young wideouts on this team. At least now you're getting quarterbacks that have professional starting experience. You're not having John Hightower, Quez Watkins, and the younger group of receivers catching passes from a guy who is a very unproven player. I like that aspect of it.
I do too. And the one thing I did like about Nick Mullens is he has trouble finishing games, no doubt about that, as we saw in week 4 against the Eagles last year. Nick Mullens had a good start, but his fourth quarters are a lot to be desired. That's why he's a backup quarterback. But overall, if Jalen Hurts were to get injured and say Nick Mullens is the QB2, I honestly wouldn't mind him starting a game or two. He has proven over the years to get the job done.
Yeah. Mullens, and by the way, you'll remember him from the game the Eagles beat the 49ers this past year. He did throw that interception, horrible throw to Alex Singleton.
Yeah, benched after that.
Yeah, he did. But he has 16 games experience, so it's one of those things where, you're not going to just a completely unproven rookie free agent in a game or two. Like last year when Dallas had to go to Ben DiNucci,
Oh, boy.
You're not in that, but you're not going to that bottom of the barrel in this situation. If for whatever reason you had to play him, he can win you a game or two. If you only need him for a week or two, fine. If you need him for an elongated, you're probably in trouble.
It's almost like the year McNabb broke his leg in 2002, and you had Corey Detmer, who was already a solid backup quarterback, but you didn't really know what you had in A.J. Feely, even though he was a low-round draft pick and was in the system. That's what I feel like they're doing with Nick Mullens. He's in the system, but he's a lot more proven. In case the Eagles do happen to suffer a quarterback injury or two, at the very worst, they have a good backup quarterback to the backup.
Yeah, I like. I agree with you. I like the move. I don't think it's but it's interesting because the move this offseason have been a lot of veteran players, which is somewhat surprising, I guess, if you think this team is going to struggle. You've brought in Richard Rodgers, 29 years old. You bring in Mullens, a 26-year-old veteran guy there. They've brought in Kerrigan. They've brought in Kerryon Johnson. These are veteran players that they've added to this roster that kind of almost speak to win now.
it feels like they're bringing in talented veteran players too. It's almost like the Eagles look at it as we have an opportunity to, at the very least, have depth on this team. And we talked about this earlier, Mike. That's what they missed last year. They just didn't have anybody to replace a starter when they got hurt. Kerrigan is one of those guys. If, say, Brandon Graham gets hurt or Derek Barnett, you can put in Kerrigan right away. Same thing with Richard Rodgers. Now you have depth at the tight end position. I do think the Eagles, they feel they are going to be a lot more competitive than maybe we initially thought in February or March. I don't know if that's Nick Sirianni trying to hype up the team or the fan base, or if that's just the Eagles. They're feeling comfortable with what they have. They just need to add more depth to their roster, and I just feel they're doing that at every position with the limited salary cap space that they have.
Aaron Moorhead, Jeff, said that J.J. Arcega-Whiteside is in a great place right now, playing good ball. He had 3 good weeks here with us. I'm excited to see where he's at. Do you think the new coaching staff is giving him a clean slate?
He needs something. I'm not ready to write the guy off yet. I mean, Mike Quick did have, 10 catches his rookie year, something like that. It wasn't many, and, we saw what Mike Quick was able to do by year 3. And, look, a lot of these wide receivers, it does take time, but, I don't want to say I don't have faith in J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. I just want, at this point, show me on the football field. I don't want to hear how great he is in the red zone. I don't want to hear how great he is in the preseason, how great he looks in practices in helmets and shorts. Just show me on the football field. Catch touchdown passes. Find a way to help this wide receiver core. I feel like he hasn't done that since he caught the first pass from Carson Wentz in Week 16 of the 2019 season against Dallas. I want to see more of J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. I do want to see him get a chance. Don't get me wrong, Mike, but show me on the football.
Well, fair there. I will just say and ask you, Nelson Aguilar looked like a total bust. They moved him to the slot, and he helped them win a Super Bowl. I thought he was a key player on that offense that year.
He's a NFL player right now, too.
Yeah, and the role that he had in 2017 was a slot guy, had a lot of big catches and plays. Ken, is there a different role for Arcega-Whiteside to get some more out of him?
I'd love to see him as a red zone threat, kind of like how he was at Stanford, kind of do like that box move to kind of help Jalen Hurts. Remember when I forget who Jalen Hurts threw the touchdown pass to against the Saints, his first start. I'm trying to remember who caught the touchdown pass. But that's who I want J.J. Arcega-Whiteside to be. I feel like he could be a good red zone threat. I feel like he can be a good third down receiver. If he can get to be like a Jason Avant type receiver, I think that extremely benefits the Eagles. Is it what you want out of your second round pick from a couple years ago? No, but at least he can show he belongs on the football field.
Heard some buzz over the weekend about Gennard Avery. Should I be excited?
Should we? You know what? Here's the thing about Gennard Avery. I'm willing to give him a chance at linebacker strictly because he can rush the passer. I feel like the Eagles can use him on multiple fronts. I will say this. I think Gennard Avery has a spot on this team. I'm not going to get too excited yet, but at the same time with Gennard Avery, I've seen what he can do when he gets to the quarterback. He can get to the quarterback. I feel like he needs time and he needs to get healthy. And let's just see what he does at his new position.
All right, Jeff Kerr, CBS Sports here on the Sports Bash. Monday. We got a bunch of stuff happening in the NFL. Even when it seems like there's not all that much stuff happening here, there seems to be stuff. Now, one of the teams, we talked, I think, on Friday about the Giants and, where they are. But what about the Washington football team? You kind of mentioned that could be a up-for-grabs quarterback situation here. But I was suggested this weekend that could they be a player for Aaron Rodgers?
The way Ron Rivera thinks, I wouldn't put it past him.
Like, if they got Aaron Rodgers, they're a Super Bowl contender with that defense?
I think with Aaron Rodgers, they're one of the best teams in the NFC.
Right?
If you think about it, look, they got Antonio Gibson. They have Terry McLaurin. They have Curtis Samuel. They have De'Ami Brown. They have Logan Thomas at tight end. They have a decent offensive line. It's not a great offensive line, but it's good enough for Aaron Rodgers. He gets rid of the ball quick. And like you said, Mike, they have a top 5 defense right now. If they can just get a top 10 offense, they're going to be very, very tough to beat no matter who they play.
Yeah, I'm wondering if because when you brought that up to me on Friday about, is it definitely going to be Fitzpatrick or is Taylor Heineke in play there? And I'm thinking, could they be an under-the-radar team to call up Green Bay if this thing goes really, really south, which I don't know. Where do you feel that thing is now?
Here's the thing with Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he's going to budge, and I don't think Green Bay's going to budge. And I don't blame Green Bay for not budging because Aaron Rodgers is under contract. If he wants to retire, go ahead. It saves them cap space. But if he wants to show up, fine. It's almost like the Zach Ertz stuff, only he's not threatening to retire. So I'm just looking at it as I don't think Aaron Rodgers is really going to show up till training camp if he shows up at all. I really do think he wants Green Bay to trade him. The thing is, besides Denver and Washington, as we just mentioned, what other decent teams are there for him to go? Does he really want to go to the Las Vegas Raiders?
I don't know. Does adding Aaron Rodgers make Vegas I don't want to say Super Bowl team?
I don't think he makes them any better. Honestly, I think they're fine with Derek Carr. That's not the problem there. They have a problem with defense and offensive line. That's their problem. So I don't think he makes Vegas better. I think he makes Denver extremely better. I think he makes Washington extremely better. But does Green Bay want to trade him in the conference?
Yeah, they're in such a tough spot here. So, like, does he retire? Because if he retires, isn't there better flexibility cap-wise or financially?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's like $33 million on the table cap-wise.
Right. So does he want to help them out and just say, all right, I'll retire. I'm going to help you out in the product? Like, I feel like he just wants to stick it to them all the way up and down.
The thing is, how are you sticking it to him? You should have did this back in February if you wanted to stick it to him. I just feel like he's between a rock and a hard place right now. It's either you show up, you don't show up and get fined, or you retire.
The catch-22, as we talked a little bit this on Friday, and I said, well, don't trade him. Don't acquiesce to him. Just, if he wants to sit out, great, sit out. But the problem becomes now you're getting nothing for him, and he just sits out. I mean, and I say nothing because you can get a bump. It's not like you're just saying, oh, all we're going to get is a fourth-round pick, so we'll just sit out then. You're getting first-round picks back in return if you decide, look, we can't fix this, but we might as well benefit from it.
If I'm Washington.
That's the hard part.
If I'm Washington, and look, they've done this before kind of with RG3, a decade ago. I would just say to Green Bay, look, here's the deal. We'll give you 3 first-round picks for him right now. We'll give you next year. We'll give you 2023, 2024. If you're Green Bay, you got to consider that, right?
Yes. Absolutely. That's why they're in a tough spot, Jeff, is because if you're playing hardball and you say, I'm not going to send – because here's the two problems. If I'm Green Bay, do I want to send him to another team and then have the possibility of him biting me in the rear end? No. But then I'm getting nothing in return. But if I send him somewhere, yes, what you just said, I have to take 3 first-round picks.
I almost feel like the Green Bay Packers, when I'm selling my Sixers tickets, like I can sell them for a set price. I know people will buy them, but I also know I can get more than the price I'm selling them for. So you hold back. And maybe that's what Green Bay's doing, but they're just not playing their hand or they're working something behind the scenes. I think, truthfully, Green Bay wants Jordan Love to sit on the bench another year. Truthfully.
Well, if I'm Green Bay, I want Aaron Rodgers to play for me too.
This is what I would tell Aaron Rodgers. Look, here's the deal. Let's give this one more shot. One more shot. We play this year.
Hasn't it gone too far, though?
We'll trade you this offseason.
Have they gone too far?
What was that?
Like, are they at the point of no return?
They might be. It's almost like they're not willing to get divorced yet, but he's already separated. He's out of the house.
Right.
They can file.
Man, and it's funny because I feel like this is going to go on for how many more weeks here? 6, 7 more weeks before we get to camp. He ain't showing up to camp, right?
Yeah, and it's going to be a story every day he's not at camp. You know when it's really going to blow up? When he plays that match with Tom Brady and Phil Mickelson.
When's that?
July 5th or something like that. It's that week. It's that 4th of July week.
Okay, 4th of July weekend. So you got another couple of weeks before we get to that point.
Yeah, and Aaron Rodgers is a weird dude. We don't know what he's going to say. He might be Aaron Rodgers unplugged.
Well, and what's the shirt say? He's a complicated fella.
Yeah, it's this is what I don't get about Green Bay. Why doesn't Gunnacoste and Mark Murphy and all their executives just keep their mouths shut? They're not helping their cause.
No, but at the same time, that thing is just at first I'm thinking, okay, he wants to be traded. We heard this about Russell Wilson, and that kind of went away. Now Russell Wilson's fine. And you felt like it was going to get to this point. But the more and more it's going down this road because of what we just said about Rodgers. He's such a quirky guy. I almost feel like Rodgers at the point. But if he doesn't play, he's leaving like $35 million out there.
By the way, I love how Russell Wilson handled it. He just nipped it in the bud right away. Like, Russell Wilson, I was answering questions about the NFC West going into last week, and I said, well, Russell Wilson's going to speak Friday. Let's see what he said. I love how he worded it. Look, I really don't want to be traded, but if you were to trade me, this is where I want to go. And I think that's just how far as it went. I think Seattle said, well, we don't want to trade you. Okay, good. We'll work on that. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to be that guy. I think he's going to be like, yeah, I want out of here. I'm done.
Bizarre situation, man. And today was one of the first days where I was really like, this thing is really going to get kind of crazy. Because I'm just like, whatever. It's off-season stuff. People are trying to – but today I'm kind of like, man, the OTAs are kind of – and like you're getting to that period where he's going to have to – there's going to be a stare down coming in a couple weeks here where this thing's going to get real.
It's just going to get worse every day. It's almost like, I'm trying to think of the last time we've had something like that. Like, Peyton Manning was a free agent, but it's almost like, okay, where's he going? Where's he visiting? Where's this guy? Aaron Rodgers can't visit.
Yeah.
We just don't know. Like, it's almost like a Brett Favre situation. Like, okay, he's gone, but where's he going?
We'll keep an eye on it because I'm telling you, like, this Green Bay Packers, we always feel that like they're this model franchise in this small little town and everybody loves the football there and they never have any issues. They've got some big issues going on right now.
They win a lot, I'll say that. Jordan Love may be the next big thing. Who knows? But I don't think Green Bay really wants to find out this year. Maybe next year. I think they were hoping Aaron Rodgers would calm down, and it just hasn't.
That, and of course, we still have no idea. We haven't heard Deshaun Watson's name mentioned in almost 2 months now.
I think we just got to wait for the legal stuff to clear up. I mean, the irony is, Mike, you could probably just give up a first-round pick for Deshaun Watson right now, and that's really low, but at the same time, you're pretty much just paying to deal with the headache.
I don't know that I'm giving up a first-round pick for him in this situation. I
don't think I am either.
I hear what you're saying, just to get him and just say, hey, we have his rights, but I got to find out what is what's going on with those legal situations.
Yeah, same here. It's you just don't know. Like, if you're giving up a first-round pick for a guy who may never play again, that's a bad deal. But if you give up a second or a third, I think you can live with that. All
right, at Jeff Kerr, CBS, covering the NFL. And, of course, he, like all guests, appeared via the Boardwalk Honda hotline. We will, by the way, the story today from the Eagles world is they seem to be constantly making a couple of news. Richard Rodgers last week, Nick Mullens today. For more details, go to 973ESPN.com. All right, Jeff, I'll see you, man.
Yeah, see you, Mike. It's going to be an interesting week, no doubt. It's a slow time for me, I will say that, but there's always something going on in the NFL. I'm always checking my phone.
Always something, man. It never seems to amaze us. All right, pal, we'll talk to you Wednesday.
It sounds great. Thanks, Mike.
All right, Jeff Kerr, like all guests, appeared via the Boardwalk Honda hotline as he does on Mondays.